thought I needed a bright lip because my sweater basically matches the couch today, but now I'm going to be paranoid that I have a lipstick on my teeth for the entire video, and I hope that doesn't happen, and I'll double check in the mirror a couple times. But I am very excited to bring you my best of beauty for 2016. I'm going to do this a little differently than I have in years past. I recently did the ride or die tag where I went category by category and told you the best of the best product in each one of those. So I don't want to repeat a bunch of things. So for this video, out of all the very many products I tried in 2016, I'm going to show you the 16 that stood out the most to me. I have very fancy things, I have drugstore things, I have conventional and natural beauty, so I have a lot. Hopefully something for everybody watching. Let's go ahead and get started, and I will try not to dwell on a single product for too long. This first favorite I actually think was the first product I talked about on my channel in 2016. It was either a Christmas present or birthday present from my mom. She had one of these. Loved it so much she got one for me. It is one of the Simple Human magnifying mirrors. Oh my word, this is a makeup game changer. I don't have the best lighting at my vanity where I sit to do my makeup. I feel like I can see everything more clearly. I take more time blending in my foundation, eyeshadow. I get my eyebrows more even when I use this mirror. This has been such a huge favorite. It's one of those things where now I'm like, oh, I don't think I could be without this. That was kind of a fancy product, so I'm going to switch gears and talk about my two standout drugstore favorites. The first is a bronzer, which I don't think is going to come as much of a surprise. It is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This has turned me into a bronzer person. I can't imagine skipping this step every morning. It gives the most natural warmth to my skin, and I just think it makes me look alive. I love the tone. I love how it blends out. It blends out just as good as, if not better than, a lot of my high-end bronzers. I just think it's amazing, just absolutely amazing. It is fairly heavily scented, so if that bothers you, Physicians Formula makes another bronzer that's similar. It's not quite as perfect in tone, but it still blends out beautifully, and it's fragrance free. So I used that in a recent Get Ready With Me video, so I'll put that in a card up above or link it in the description box. For mascara, I have been so faithful to the Benefit Roller Lash since it first came out, and this one is the first that's even really compared to it. It's from Maybelline, and it's called the Falsies Push Up Angel. This is the one with the kind of weird wand. It's shaped like a little scoop, and you kind of just scoop up your lashes. The Benefit one, I think, gives me more of a dramatic look, but sometimes with that one, I feel like at the end I have to go in with a lash comb to get out any clumps, and I never have to do that with the Maybelline. It just gives a very long, pretty lash look. Okay, let's cover hair very quickly. This has been my go-to hairstyle since the spring, I think. And if you've ever seen my hair look like this and wondered what I use to achieve it, it's two main products. The first is from Caviar. This is their Miracle Multiplying Volume Mist. I have the most lifeless hair. When I just blow dry or let my hair air dry, it just kind of hangs and has no shape, no body, no nothing to it. So this gives my hair a lot of volume, but it never makes it feel weighed down or like I have a lot of product in it, or it doesn't make my hair take longer to dry, which is kind of a pet peeve. So I love when Sephora or Ulta have sales, and I just kind of stock up on this. This might be, I think, my 4th bottle of it. And then for a curling iron, this is my T3 self-rotating wand. This is the fanciest thing I'm going to show you today, but it is so cool. It's the one where you clamp your hair, and then depending on which way you flick your wrist, it twists the hair for you. And I've never had any issue or injury with this. It's very easy to use, and I think I might even have a video where I demonstrate it. But it's a beautiful curling iron, and I get a really nice wave with it, and my wave lasts for a second day, which is always a plus. Moving into skincare, the first standout product was the Peter Thomas Roth Pumpkin Enzyme Mask. I was turned on to this by my friend Sarah Nicole, and it is magic in a bottle. And I always try to say this every time I talk about this mask. It stings for the first few seconds it's on, but if I can push through it, when I go to take it off, it's like I have a new face. Everything is smoother and brighter. I used it last night and my skin just feels really soft this morning. And my other favorite mask is from Paula's Choice. This one doesn't sting at all. This one's almost soothing as it goes on. It's called the Radiance Renewal Mask. I use this in place of my evening moisturizer 2 to 3 times a week, and I put a generous layer on. I don't like to put too much on because you're gonna sleep in it and it can get a little sticky on your pillowcase. So I try to put just a normal amount on to get a thin layer everywhere, but it feels so good. And then the next morning, I think my skin looks so much brighter. So both of these masks, huge favorites in 2016. This I'm going to classify as skincare. It's the Plume Lash and Brow Serum. And if you've been with me for a while, you know I had a very, very bad experience at a brow threading place. She left me with teeny tiny eyebrows, and I thought they were never going to grow back. But when I started using this, my first tube I used religiously day and night. I saw a huge improvement. Like within a few weeks, little hairs started growing back in, and now I think my brows look like how they looked before that terrible day. So I'm on my second or third tube of this, and I just use it every once in a while, kind of like a little treatment to keep up the results. I place most of the product in my brows and then just a little bit on my upper lash line. I think it helps my lashes feel softer and more conditioned so they can be as long as they can possibly be. This product is technically skincare, but I use it like a primer. It's the Fit Glow Redness Rescue Cream. Fit Glow Beauty as a brand is a favorite. I could have shown so many things. I love their lipsticks and eyeshadows, but this product was my favorite and stand out. Has a green mineral tint to it. I will show you. So you can see it's very light, like a pistachio green, and it blends in beautifully. And it's not one of those green correctors where you have to put a ton of foundation on top of it to kind of hide the green. This just applies onto my cheeks and covers the redness, and it feels so soothing. So if you have redness from irritated skin, this is such a nice product to put on top. So I do my entire skincare routine in the morning, the last step being SPF, and then like today I went and got a coffee, I read a little bit, I answered some emails, and then when I sat down to do my makeup, this is the first product that I applied, and it just feels so good going on, and I love that slight green. So if you have a ruddy complexion like me, I think this is something worth checking out. Another all-over brand favorite is Terry Miyahira. She's a YouTuber, so it was so exciting to see her success. She launched a makeup subscription box, and it's a high-end one, but you get full-size products. My favorite thing I think that she released all year, hold on one second, is this eyeshadow quad. All natural eyeshadows, but this is the pigmentation, which I just think is incredible. They're so pretty. And then this is from her most recent box. It's a little cheek duo, which I think is gorgeous. And then my other favorite, I really enjoyed her brushes. These are my two favorites, number 5, number 8. I use number 5 for contour, and it is dirty because I used it today. And this one I use for highlighter, and it just applies the perfect amount. Was so happy, and it was definitely my favorite subscription box to receive all year. Would get so excited every time it would be on my doorstep. It was a really exciting year for natural beauty. There was so many amazing launches, but if I had to narrow it down and choose only one, it was the Gressa Eye Tints. These are all natural cream shadows, but if I use them with something like the NARS Pro Prime, I have no creasing, no fading. They last really well throughout the day. So Obscure is the deep plummy brown. This one I love using as a liner, and then Bronze is the perfect bronze shade. This is so gorgeous. I like to apply this either all over my lid or in the outer corner and kind of blend it in. And then my favorite out of the 3 is Oreo. This is a shimmery without being a glittery, really glowy all over lid shade. If I really don't want to mess with anything, but I still want to look polished, I'll just use my finger and apply this all over my lid, put on mascara, and then I'm out the door. These are absolutely incredible, just a really high quality natural product. Cannot talk about eyeshadows without talking about my favorite palette from the entire year. If you remember, Jer traveled a little bit this summer, and I flew out to California for a long weekend to visit him. I bought this eyeshadow palette. It's the Anastasia Modern Renaissance, and since then, I used it every day of the trip, and since then, it's just been my go-to. And you can see I've hit pan on multiple shadows. I love the color range, and this was my first time using Anastasia shadows. They're incredible. They are pigmented. They pretty much blend themselves, but they don't blend away, which is huge. So huge favorite for the entire year. You guys know I'm a huge Bite Beauty fangirl, and they had quite the year. There were a lot of new launches, but if I look back, the thing I got most excited about was the shade expansion of the matte cream lip crayons. My 2 favorite are Red Velvet, which is what I'm wearing now, and hopefully it's done a pretty good job of staying off my teeth, and the other one, Pastille. This is just one of my all-time favorite work appropriate shades. So Red Velvet and Pastille. These are fantastic. I want to do a top 5 favorite lip product formula video. These will definitely be included. Just Bite as a whole does really well, and I seem to always like their products. I hope they have a lot of new launches in 2017. I think lip pencils are coming next, which I'm really excited about. I think the Bite launch must have been right at the beginning of the year, because I think I remember talking about those around my birthday. Then in the summer, Bare Minerals had a huge lip collection launch called Gen Nude. Panko, one of the lipsticks. This was like my color of the summer. I love it so much. Let me swatch it for you. So this is Panko, and again, I did wear it mostly through the summer, but I think it's a shade you could wear pretty much year round. In that collection, they also had matte liquid lipsticks, and this is one of my favorite formulas. This color I think is called Boss. Yeah, Boss. They smell absolutely incredible, like brownie batter. And then also the lip glosses, a really beautiful formula of lip gloss. So Panko is a very creamy lipstick formula, and then you have the Boss matte liquid lipstick, and then this down here is the Flirt lip gloss. I thought this was an incredible launch from Bare Minerals and kind of put them back on the map as a brand for me. Okay, I'm down to my last two products, and a lot of these things I've talked about so far have been favorites since the beginning of the year, but I do have one thing that kind of snuck in right underneath the wire. It is the Sappho liquid foundation. In my last Get Ready With Me video, I have a demo of this and I share some of my initial thoughts. The more I use it, the more I like it. It's more coverage than the original Sappho. They took out that kind of powerful essential oil smell. I just think it looks so good on the skin. I'm in shade number 3, which I think is a really good match for me. This is something I think is just going to continue to be a favorite into 2017. Last but not least, I have the best nail polishes of 2016. They are the Essie Gel Couture's. They're incredible. You don't have to use a base coat. I usually apply 2 coats of the color and then apply the top coat. The top coat is amazing. It doesn't do that kind of annoying shrinking thing. It doesn't get bubbles. They last for forever. Probably the longest wearing nail polishes I've ever used. And they have finally released some new colors, and I think they're coming out pretty soon. They're already on Ulta's website, so I've been kind of keeping an eye out, so hopefully they'll be on shelves very soon. I have been drinking tea this entire time and my throat still hurts. That means I have talked for way too long, but I hope you enjoyed hearing my best of the best, my favorite product discoveries of 2016. And I would love to know if you were surprised by anything, and if you could only recommend one thing that you discovered in 2016, what would it be? I would love to read those. But thank you so much for watching and being a part of my channel. I really appreciate it, and I'll be back with a new video very soon.